my favorite subject on the Sports PSP podcast, Babyface or heel. Now, for those who may not know what Babyface heel means in wrestling language, Babyface is a good guy, heel's a bad guy, tweener is someone in between. So I come up with a list of athletes or celebrities. Me and the panel will go over and determine whether Babyface, heel, or tweener. Lamar Jackson, easily a babyface. Because when you look at Lamar Jackson, two-time league MVP, prior to the NFL draft, Bill Polian didn't think Lamar Jackson was going to succeed as a QB. Suggested he would be better off as a wide receiver. Second year, his progression, a substantial, winning the league MVP unanimously, the first since Tom Brady to do that in the 2010 season. Also led the NFL in touchdown passes in 36. You look at Lamar Jackson, arguably the most electric quarterback we've seen. We've seen Vic, we've seen Cam, we've seen a lot of other quarterbacks, but Lamar Jackson, the way he could run the football and how he has gotten tremendously better as a passer. And then, of course, we know that he was a video game machine in college, winning the Heisman Trophy back at Louisville in 2016. Also, his agency. He doesn't have no big-time agent. I believe his mama's taking care of that.
Yep.
And his mama has done his thing. And he's able to get that 5-year, $200+ million contract with the Baltimore Ravens. He's the type of guy, Lamar Jackson's the type of guy you want to copy or follow. Coming from the hood, playing quarterback at an elite level, people liking your swag and personality. He's our modern day version of Michael Vick. And what Michael Vick should have been more of what Lamar Jackson. Had Mike Vick had more of the work ethic early on in his career in Atlanta, he would have been what Lamar is right now.
I agree.
And Lamar Jackson, if he could just win a Super Bowl for Baltimore, you talk about how excited they were when they won the Super Bowl in 2012. Can you imagine with a quarterback? And Baltimore is not known for quarterbacks that prolific like Lamar. I would love to see Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl in Baltimore. And shout out to the girl, Sydney, Virginia, or as I call her, the Stuart Scott of wrestling journalism. Please go follow her on IG, YouTube, and TikTok. Check her out for more wrestling content. But Lamar Jackson, easily a babyface.
Babyface. It's a unanimous. I think the board is unanimous on it. Unless you're really just trying to pull a stunt out of your behind just to be difficult.
Jason Whitlock.
He's a babyface. Yeah. Look, I'm going to just be real. I'll say this because I took a page out of my father's book. Shout out to my father. You got to pay attention to not only to what your friends say, but to what your enemies say. But at the beginning of his career, and even now, he gives Lamar props, especially when he plays well. So that's the thing. That's probably the most unbiased I've ever seen him towards a quarterback of his caliber. But yeah, unless you are in the media trying to pull one out of your behind, and you want your quarterback to be quarterbacky, whatever the fuck that means. Excuse me, PSP. I had to say.
Oh, trust me. When that lady said that on that internet thing, I read between them lines in about 10 seconds.
What the fuck is quarterbacky?
That wasn't the woman BRF. That was also Colin Cowherd. Quarterback.
Yeah.
No, but I remember that video. I remember that video of that woman saying that too. That was the first instance I heard of that was that lady in that video. That was the first instance I heard it.
Montse Bolaños from Fox Sports. I remember her.
Yeah,
that was the first instance I heard that. I'm like, I read between them lines in like 10 seconds. Like,
and what's so funny about that? He defied the odds. Everybody was talking about much like Warren Moon. Remember, Warren Moon, they wanted him to come out and play receiver, although he led the Washington Huskies to the Rose Bowl. Had one of the greatest games in Rose Bowl history. Everybody was telling him when he came out, hey, you might want to change the wide receiver. You might want to change your position. Much like Warren Moon, Lamar, no. And lo and behold, one of the greatest franchises in NFL history got a hold of Lamar. Ozzie Newsome. One of the greatest, the greatest general manager of all time. Jonathan Ogden, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, Jamal Lewis, Chris McAllister,
Todd Heap, Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp. No, he didn't draft Shannon Sharp.
No, he didn't draft Shannon Sharp, but
Priest
still.
Home.
Ray Rice,
Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco. A plethora of guys that he's drafted. And gave him time to develop. Was very patient with it.
Yeah, the great Ozzie Newsome.
And then very patient. Ozzie Newsome got his hands on him, and they was able to escalate that team quickly. Transition them right out of the Flacco era and right into the Lamar Jackson era. Unscathed. Yeah. Faced the same adversity that a lot of black quarterbacks faced back when Warren Moon was coming out of Washington. Faced a lot of the same adversity. Mind you, this is the 2010s, mind you. And you're telling a former Heisman Trophy winner to switch his position after I just had two of the most electrifying seasons, arguably in college football history. But because I'm a running quarterback, you tell me I need to switch my position.
And not only that, Champ, don't you find it kind of ironic how they didn't tell Josh Allen to change into a different position when he and Lamar, during their college time, had almost around the same completion percentage?
Yes, indeed. And make it so bad, Josh Allen came from Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't. Lamar Jackson played back when the ACC was actually worth a damn.
Right, and this is at the time when there was Clemson, there was Miami, there was a lot of other good teams at that time.
Yeah.
And then with Lamar Jackson, trust Uncle Lamar. They look at him as it's a term of endearment. And again, to your point, he's defied the odds. And plus, he doesn't have to be quarterbacky, which still Colin Cowherd, he was the one who originated the name, which to me is nothing more than absolute bullshit, but that's a story for another day. He's proven he's one of the top 4 quarterbacks in football. Jason Whitlock still has criticized him. I still don't trust Jason Whitlock. Hell, he's as real as Vanilla Ice's bio. That's all I'm going to say regarding him.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I have no respect for Jason Whitlock.
Let me tell you something. After Jason Whitlock, I saw a tweet and they said they were trying to blame, like they were talking about like why the quarterback play has gone down, and what Jason Whitlock tried to blame it on is like whatever shred of just respect I had for him as far as being a sports writer.
Did he mention something about? Did he mention something?
I pissed it right on out.
Did he mention something?
DEI and the forced idea of the black quarterback. I'm like, let me get this straight. We're not blaming evolving defenses. We're not blaming evolving athletes on the defensive side of the ball. You're blaming teams forcing black quarterbacks in action. Shut up. Just shut up. Like it's like so the only quarterbacks that have been bad have been the black ones. Stop it. Credibility it was already about all the window. Man, you throw it completely. Like it's done. Like I will never ever take another thing he says credible ever again, even if he's right. I'm still gonna take it with a grain of salt because it's Jason freaking Whitlock.
As Denzel Washington in the movie American Gangster said to describe people like Jason Whitlock, Simple Simon motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I
No,
mean,
hearing you, I'm immature. You already know this already. So hearing you curse is kind of funny to me because I'm not used to hearing you go on these cursing. I'm not used to hearing you curse like that.
why do
Kind
you
of like
think you
hearing your
try?
little
Why
brother
do you
curse.
think you want to try to go all the way to New Jersey and confiscate my computer? You said that's it, man. No more Jim Cornette for your ass.
No more, yeah, no more Jim Cornette for you. I try to tone it down. You turn it up. So
Oh
he turn it
Lord.
up. But yeah, man. Unless you just try to pull stuff out of your behind. He's a hell of a quarterback, 2-time MVP, been
Plus,
to an
let's not
AFC
forget the
championship.
report. Remember the report about him falling asleep or in practices and stuff, and he kind of debunked that.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
me,
and a
it
lot of that
tells
was
me,
debunked.
and to me, it tells me if you're a reporter, then you should not have any opportunity to be reporting again, because if you're making false reports, then essentially, what does it say about you or your character? It just seems like to me you have a vendetta against this player,
Mm-hmm.
Went so bad, it was a black reporter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's
it's a black
shocking.
reporter, and that reporter actually been covering the Ravens for years. He's been covering the Ravens for years. So I mean, but when all of these little false reports are going to come out the minute some adversity comes along, man. It's going to
Yep.
be this happened, that's happened. It's a lot of bull jive reports that comes out the minute things just go even a shred wrong. If you want me to be honest with you, when things are good, they're good. But when they're bad, they're bad. As we say down south, boy, when it rains, it pours. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it get bad quick, yo. So uh look, what's so funny about Lamar Jackson is Josh. I never forget when Colin Cowherd said that Josh Rosen is going to be a better quarterback than he did coming into the NFL. That was the funny thing. 2 years later, after that statement was made, Josh Rosen was on the bench with my Atlanta Falcons. So
Exactly.
But that's
he
not
was on
so.
the
But that's not surprising me, Chip, because after all, he was the same person who said that about Baker Mayfield. No one has been a bigger critic. You cannot argue that one, Chip. No one has been a bigger critic of Baker Mayfield than one Colin Cowherd.
no, and to his credit, he stuck by his surrogate son, Sam Darnold. So you know,
It took him.
and
It took it long. It took it long enough for it to pay off, but it's finely paid off
he
because Sam
finally did.
Darnold.
But
Because
hey,
yeah, exactly. When he was with the New
Sam
York
Darnold,
Jets,
Sam Darnold, Sam Darnold, Sam Darnold, Sam Darnold, like a broken
when
record.
I'm
BRF,
tell,
BRF. I know we got to move on to the next one, but it's pretty obvious for you,
yeah.
Babyface, with
Oh
Lamar
yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, like y'all pretty much hit all the points with Lamar Jackson. I mean, obviously, awesome quarterback. I think he's the most electric quarterback to ever play the game in terms of his ability to run and then his passing ability. But yet, like his community work, Baltimore's taking him in like a son. Everything he's done with the community and just like he wears his emotions on his sleeve, but he's as transparent as it gets. Like he doesn't hold back anything. He's gonna like if something's on his mind, he's gonna say it in those press conferences. Like he's him. Like in terms of just he's him. Like everything you want in terms of like your leader, face of the franchise as a quarterback. That's Lamar Jackson. He doesn't run from anything. He's great on and off the field. So I mean, like y'all, there's nothing else I really need to add to that. It's definitely unanimous.
Next one, Gronk, Rob Gronkowski.
Babyface. Babyface, man, look, Gronk look. I love Gronk.
The
I,
dances.
no, not just the dances. His behavior was so anti-Bill Belichick. It's kind of like the class clown was allowed to be the class clown
You
in
know
the
who I'm thinking of?
in
You.
the. Go ahead.
You. That's
Yeah.
you, Champ.
It's kind of like the
Gronk.
class clown was allowed to be the class clown in the most strictest teacher's class, and
But
only he could get away with it because he was so good. I love Gronk, man, especially when he slammed Steve Harvey's Steve Harvey.
The Lego football.
What is wrong with you? I don't. But that was funny as hell. That Gronk, I love Gronk, man. Love Gronk, man. Anytime the happy-go-lucky guys, the class clowns, who, their personality sort of eclipse their ability a little bit. Anytime they succeed, I'm happy because I see a little bit of myself inside of each and every one of them. Because guess what, man? I love to joke around. I love to play around. But when it's time to put the bootstraps on, I'm right there. And that's why I love Gronk. And like I stated, he was so anti-Bill Belichick. Him and the other tight end. Both of them were so anti-Bill Belichick, but yet Belichick wrapped his arms around both of them and loved them. Loved them.
Even Brady.
Yeah. So Gronk was one hell of a time. And look, be glad that Gronk got hurt as much as he did, because otherwise we'd be talking about him as the greatest of all time.
We really would be. We really would be.
Talent-wise, I think talent-wise, is it fair for me to say he's the greatest talent at that position?
He's the greatest talent of all time.
Not the most productive, but I think 6'6", 260, 270, 4.5-ish speed, can block, can make any type of catch. Had it not been for injuries, he would have probably had all them tight end records.
Yes. And look, like I said, so anti-Bill Belichick, man.
And then he goes to Tampa Bay and then also wins another Super Bowl there. But Gronk, his personality, the way he chugs beers.
Yeah, those are not chugging beers. Those are we call them shotgunning beers. Those are you shotgunning. So
that's what they say in the South?
Yeah, you shotgun beers. So you shotgunning beers. So yeah, man.
Them dance moves.
And yeah.
For a big guy, he can move though.
DDTing guys on the stage, guys like that, going to the Royal Rumble, being at WrestleMania, doing stuff like Gronk is that guy, man. He's the cool guy. He's the cool, goofy guy that you love to be around. He's the equivalent of Shaq in the NBA, man. Big ass guy, can run his behind off, can joke with the best of them, but he's just proven it. He's just that damn good, man. I love Gronk, man. Gronk was that dude, man. I mean, like I said, he was the NFL version of Shaq. Happy-go-lucky, joke, class clown on the strictest team. Like I said, remember how Shaq was, remember how Phil Jackson allowed Shaq and Dennis Rodman to be kind of have their own rules. That was Gronk with Bill Belichick.
And that's the greatness of that's the greatness about coaching as well too, because Belichick and then they knew certain players with certain personalities. How do you coach them? How do they compartmentalize? And with Gronk, Gronk is so relatable because you wish you can work hard but also have a good time though.
Yeah.
Sometimes, as much as I love working hard and I love working hard, at the same time, you also want to have a good time. You also want to have time to like hang out, be with your friends, and have a crack a joke or two. So Gronk, the thing is, kind of like with Champ. The reason why Champ would easily call him a babyface is because, just like yourself, Champ, he doesn't take himself too seriously.
No. I always say this. I admire the guys who work hard and are serious because I can never be that. I cannot be too serious. Even when I get my doctorate degree, I'm not gonna ever force people to call me doctor. I might even, just as a joke, I might change my name to Alucard just to piss people off. Can you imagine me, Dr. Alucard? People don't even get the joke behind that.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't get the joke, BRL.
Honestly, I'm
Alucard. Spell it backwards.
Alucard.
Alucard. Spell it backwards. So that's what I always said. I would change my name. if I ever became a doctor, got my doctorate degree, I'd change my name to Alucard. So he gets it now. But
Alucard.
Look at PS. He's like,
I don't even know what that means. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Dracula.
It's Dracula.
Alucard. Yeah, Castlevania.
Oh, okay. I forgot. You gotta read the backwards.
Oh yeah, my bad. We're older than you are, so Yeah, Alucard. So yeah.
Shit, you say a lot of things on the air that I don't even know. That's why I brought you on the show for a reason. You know your shit.
Alucard. Yeah, Castlevania. Yeah, his name was Alucard. It spells Dracula backwards. It was always said if I ever got my doctorate degree, I said I'll change my name to Alucard. But yeah, man, you gotta love those guys. But like I said, I admire the serious guys, man. You know, like yourself, like Kobe, because I could never be that. But I'm more relatable to the fun-loving guys, man. It's always good to have a good time while you're winning, man. It's a double-edged sword when you're losing. But when you're winning and you having a good time and you are just the talk of the town and you are winning and you know your stuff, it's a different type of feeling. And it's so cool to see how people gravitate around you, especially you're a big guy. It's so cool to see how people gravitate around you and rally around you because, they're not afraid and they know that, you're a safe place. So, man, Gronk is an undisputed babyface, man. I call him the Shaq of the NFL, bro.
BRF.
Yeah, Gronk. Yeah, Gronk is definitely a babyface. He's definitely a babyface. I mean, come on, man. The talents on the field speaks for himself. I mean, he's arguably the greatest tight end to ever play the game. I mean, it speaks for himself. But yeah, like just the happy-go-lucky nature that he lived with and played with, for that matter. Just always going out having fun. And we got to remember, when he was at the University of Arizona, the injury problem started then. Like his draft stock fell because of his injuries in college. Yeah, like this is like the trajectory Rob Gronkowski was on. Can you imagine like 5 to 6 more years? Pete Gronk, he's the undisputed greatest tight end ever. And yet, with the years we got, he's still arguably the greatest tight end ever. I personally think that's still Tony Gonzalez, but Gronk is like right there, like as far as like just sheer production and dominance. Like I think he's definitely the most gifted tight end ever played a position. His size, his route running, his hands, his ability to block, just his IQ, just everything he was able to do. But yeah, just him doing a banger job now on Fox NFL Sunday with the crew. Like the WrestleMania 33. WrestleMania 33 in Orlando, where he comes in, I believe, during the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It was one of them, and just lays out Jinder Mahal's like one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Him and Mojo Rawley just those two were just two peas in the pod during that segment. That's definitely one of the funniest segments I'd seen WWE put on in a while. But yeah, man, just there's nothing really about Gronk that you can like pick and be like, yeah, I don't like this. He's doing the USAA commercials. Just everything about him just screams fun. And you got to know what kind of teammate he was to play with. You can only imagine he was probably one of the greatest teammates anybody could have had. So, I mean, shout out to Gronk. Yeah, Gronk is most definitely a babyface.
Easily. He's just fun to be around. Last one. I got a good one. I got to go first on this one.
Uh-oh.
Ocho Cinco. Babyface. Let me tell you why. First of all, if you're an athlete, or, well, not an athlete, or any other person, you would love to eat McDonald's all day and still perform at an elite level.
Yeah.
That's what he would still do. Eat McDonald's. Now, for me, I can't eat fast food the way I used to. The only thing, if I'm guilty of two things, margaritas and Angry Orchards. But hell, it's so jealous though that Chad Johnson could perform at elite level and still eat McDonald's. He, DK Metcalf, and Tyreek Hill got some of the worst diets for athletes, because most athletes, professional athletes, either high protein meals, fruits, vegetables, grilled chicken, fish, McDonald's. And he still does it and he still eats McDonald's to this day. You can't think of a bigger advocate for McDonald's than probably him from an athlete standpoint. I love the chemistry him and Shannon Sharp have on Nightcap, especially with Miss Nasty B or Miss B Nasty, but that's for another day. I mean, hey, I mean, she's a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman. No one can argue or deny that. Because the thing I love about Champ and Ocho, the thing I love about Shannon Sharp and Ocho is kind of like our relationships. How we talk about a lot of other things. How they particularly talk about women and their things. So I kind of love hearing that perspective, not just with sports, but just in life in general. And the other great unique thing about Ocho, hey, athletes, in all seriousness, he saved up a ton of money. His net worth is at $15 million. We've heard so many athletes that filed for bankruptcy. Mike Tyson, Cheryl Swoops, Michael Vick.
Cheryl Swoops one, bro?
She filed for bankruptcy.
She
You
filed
can
for
look it up
bankruptcy.
on Google.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't know that. I'm surprised you didn't know that.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I wore
That-
Cheryl Swoops' shoes.
She was one of the ones that shocked me when I found that out. But yeah, she filed.
Yeah, she filed for bankruptcy. Her, Mike Tyson, Terrell Owens, Michael Vick. Remember, Michael Vick filed for bankruptcy. Chad Johnson, he unapologetic about being cheap.
Mhm.
He
All
is
his period
he,
Claire's.
yeah, I mean, he's the epitome of cubic zirconia. I mean, he ain't gonna buy that fancy stuff. He's gonna buy some regular clothes. He's still gonna look good. He's still gonna look his part. But hey, he's gonna find a way to save his money. Remember on Club Shay Shay, he talked about how he stayed at the Bengals facilities. Everything's set there for him. Video games, bedroom, everything, food, everything that an athlete could ask for is there for him.
Stayed there so he didn't have to rent an apartment.
Yeah,
Hello.
they stayed there till he kicked him out the building.
But smart on his part, and still to this day saving money. So we've hear a lot of athletes that have money and spending on cars, houses, jewelries, and stuff like that. Ocho doesn't have to live that big, and Ocho's got flair and personality. So from an athlete, take it from an athlete standpoint, who's come from impoverished backgrounds, Ocho's a perfect example to look at. Now, people may say, why you gotta be so cheap? Why you gotta be so cheap?
You'd be the same people criticizing me if I was broke.
Exactly. It's Ocho's money. Let him decide what he wants to do. And if a unique way, he finds a way to save money. Another person that I kind of looked at, Chad, remember the story Triple H told about Mick Foley?
Yeah. He took the damn popcorn out the arena and ate popcorn. What? I'm not eating that nasty ass popcorn. That old stale, salty ass popcorn. Nobody want that shit.
But for him, he found a way to save money. You all right, BRF?
No, I'm watching the Miami game and Malachi Tony just ripped Ole Miss apart.
Oh. But Ocho, when it comes to saving money, financial reasons, hey, he's a dude for you, especially from an athlete. But Babyface, colorful, funny. He's the little version of not taking yourself too seriously. I mean, Champ, I guarantee he would probably, if he were like Ocho, he would do the same thing. I mean, eat McDonald's or eat fast food, train like crazy. Then on top of that, get the type of woman, and you don't have to spend that much just to save some money. And his net worth is at $15 million.
Yeah,
can't be mad
at it.
That's
just what they show you. Really, I always tell people this: the net worth. That's what the income that they know of. They base that off of your salaries and stuff like that. They don't know.
So in other words, it's more.
There's probably more. So, they say Jay-Z worth $1 billion. He probably worth about 8. So that's
and
just
of course,
what we know about.
Let's not forget them touchdown celebrations that he had.
Oh, I love those touchdown celebrations, man. Those touchdown celebrations was amazing. It's really not too popular for an offensive lineman to do it because I played line, but man, I love the salsa dance.
Mm-hmm. The cheerleader one when he married her.
Yeah, I love the salsa dance and the river dance one.
Yes.
But in fact, I learned how to salsa dance. You know,
The when he scored the one time and he putt.
Yes.
yeah. The Hall of Fame jacket,
Yeah.
which
Monday
Boomer
Night Football.
Esiason, with his fugazi behind, had the nerve to. Who is he to put himself in the Hall of Fame? He'll be a Hall of Famer one day, Boomer Esiason. You never will be. But let's just be real. Let's just be clear, partner. So
Yeah, Chad. Yeah, he definitely has more of a case of
and
Boomer Esiason.
look, I don't think people understand this. Ocho Cinco brought Flair back to a team
in
that,
Cincinnati, the purgatory.
yes,
They
I
were so
mean,
cheap. Remember, TJ Ushmanzada talked about how they couldn't even have water or jock straps and all that stuff.
yeah, it was in. Look, by the time they went to the playoffs for the first time in 2003, I remember Willie Anderson saying, "I won 14 games I won 50 games in my entire career. I won 50 games in my entire career." So, yeah, man, you brought the Flair back to an organization, a historic organization that was founded by Paul Brown, and you brought the Flair back to that organization through your personality, through your play. Hey, you was top 5 at your position for a number of years. So, and you set the trend for great receivers in Cincinnati. You know, you set that trend. So, I mean, from there, you, TJ Husbanzada, the late great Chris Henry. Then you transition to AJ Green from the University of Georgia. Now Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, just to name a few. Tyler Boyd for a short period of time. So yeah, man. Ocho Cinco, man. I admire him. Like I stated, I wish that I can drive that. What's the car called? The Italian job car he has with the little bug. I think it's a little, the Italian, not the Beetle, but it's the other.
What's that car called? I can't think. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
you know what
about.
I'm talking about. I wish I could drive
Yes.
one of those cars with a little drop top on there, but I got to drive my truck. My ass too big. So, uh, yeah, man. And then plus hey, you got. Look, they say he was a wonderful teammate. Hugh Jackson loved him. Marvin Lewis loved him. Even like I said, another guy who operated with one of the most strictest teachers and was friends with one of the most strictest teachers in America. That being Roger Goodell.
Called him
Mm-hmm.
dad.
Yeah,
Called
he
him
calls
dad.
Roger Goodell dad.
Yeah.
Stephen A. got on to him about it, but you say, hey, he said I can call Roger Goodell right now, ask him about anything. So yeah. Yeah, another guy who operated and was cool with one of the strictest teachers, arguably in the history of the game. So yeah, man, I love Chad Ochocinco. So yeah, especially when he had the mohawk, that was cool.
Oh, let's not forget that he did attempt a field goal conversion. Remember
Yes, he
that field
did.
goal attempt?
Yes, he did.
So
Yes, he did.
BRF.
Yeah. Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco, whatever you want to call him, yeah, he's a babyface. He's a babyface. It's like even when you tried to make him a heel, or the media tried to make him a heel, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it because his personality. He was just too. I mean, he was too charming of a guy. Like you couldn't. It's one of those guys like you couldn't say no to as far as like an interview or just hanging around or spending time with him. And you see it radiates. I mean, you see it on Nightcap with him and Shannon. Like they are like. I mean, you could just tell like the chemistry and how they are with each other. You could tell the chemistry, like it just works. And like him now, he's like telling all the dad jokes every episode. Like it's just like Chad. I feel like Chad Johnson, humor level wise, got to be one of the corniest dudes on earth. But he makes it work. He makes it work. And like I said, particularly like is that yeah like just him telling the dad jokes now because I follow Nightcap on my YouTube, and just like I always watch the highlights and all that other stuff, and I see the TikTok videos like where they clip the shows or whatnot, and I always find a way to catch one of his little dad jokes, and it's just like good God, man, like only you. But honestly though, people could talk about him all they want to on the football field as far as like how he ran his mouth a lot. But I tell you what, Chad Johnson is one of the greatest route runners the game has ever seen. Underrated set of hands. I mean, like arguably top 5, top 10 receiver of the decade of the 2000s. I mean, Chad Johnson was just he was like at his peak. Chad Johnson was like that. So and you just kind of see, oh yeah, and oh man, let me tell you something. I want to if I ever come into a lot of money like that, I want to be just as frugal as he is. Like straight up, I'm gonna be just I'm for real. Like I'm gonna be just as cheap as he is. Like where I could go buy like a fancy like Lamborghini and stuff like that. Nah, my brother buy me an Ultima or something like that. I ain't trying to go out and do all that stuff like that. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it simple yet effective. Like I may do a little something here and there. I may do a little something here and there, but I ain't going crazy like that.
Only person I'm trying to spoil is mama.
Yeah.
Exactly. She mama's the only one that really kind of truly deserves the spoils because she was the or the family in general, because they had you when you they had your back when you was at your highest point and they had your back when you was at your lowest point. But yeah, mama always stand out. So I'm 1,000% with you on that one. So
Undisputed world champ may try to spend some money to try to get himself a nice type of wag out there.
No, man. Only 2 people I'm spending money on like that. Well, 3. Pops, Ace, my sister, by the way, Mom. That's the only person I'm really spending any money on. I'm not. I'm very, very secretive in real life. There's a lot of accomplishments that I've accomplished behind the scenes that only you 2 know about, and my friends in the real world. There's a lot of stuff that I accomplished behind the scenes, but yeah, on screen, yeah, it's flashy, it's this, it's that, but yeah, you got to keep a lot of stuff close to the chest, man. I know it doesn't seem like it, but yeah, I try to take my relationship with the Lord and Savior very, very seriously, and I try not to be boastful. That's how come I try to be as kind as possible. So yeah, man, real life, man, I'm not trying to, we talk about the wags, we talk about this, we talk about that. Yes, all fun and games, hoo-hoo. But look, man, I'm looking for wife, not wag. Wags are expensive. So
yeah.
I ain't trying to inherit nobody's bills.
If the kid Lions told you, hey, listen, if you pay one of my bills,
you better be. Look, I would tell her in no answer. I would tell her just like I told this one girl one time when I was in the army. I was like 19 years old. She was like, "You gonna buy me something?" I said, "Yeah." The day you go to the recruiter's office and sign that contract, just like I did. So
yeah, I'm
you gonna
telling you,
sign?
like
You can no, because I'm not doing all that, man. Like I said, when you my girl, I got you 100%. I got you. And we're not gonna discuss how I do things because that's how I do things. But you just out here, you just trying to pump a jump. Nah, I ain't got nothing for you in the great words of Big L. But you know what he said.
I'm surprised you listen to Big L.
My foundation, and I might be from down south, man, but a lot of my foundation.
I know you listen to some hip
I
hop,
love
but
up north music, man. Or north, my favorite artist from up north, and I grew up during the golden era of hip hop. I didn't grow. I grew older in the crunk era. The golden era of hip hop was, me and my father listening to Eric B. and Rakim on my way to school, listening to Big L, listening to Big Pun, listening to Scarface, listening to all the lyrical parts of it, back when hip hop was at its best. But yeah, Big L, I love Big L. I used to love that song, Street Struck. Street Struck used to be my profile song to my MySpace page. For those of you who remember the MySpace. So,
oh gosh, MySpace.
that used to be Casualties of a Dice Game. I love that. So yeah, I love Big L, man. Big L. Tech Nine. Just to name a few, man. I love, man. Look, those guys in the 90s took no prisoners, but that's another story for another day, man.
But
most competitive era of hip hop in history.
But back to Ocho, Babyface. But again, him and Shannon Sharp, this be nasty. Miss Nasty B. Fine. That's just
Hey,
fun. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You cannot tell
when
me she's not
when
fine.
I mean, you need to
nah
look up.
that
You need to look up Brittany Jones while you at it, though.
I mean,
when
if she asked me
Shannon
to,
when
I mean, her bathwater. I mean, who knows? Hell, some dudes may drink.
Hey, bro, hey, look, mom watching the show, bro. Chill. Mom watching the show. You gonna get us both put on punishment. I don't need Mama.
Pod. It's my pod.
I understand, but I don't want Mama PSP thinking I'm corrupt. You, Mom, we sorry. Calm it down. I don't want Mom seeing this and put both of us on punishment.
Man,
my mother does not care. But heck, if she asked me to drink her
man,
bathwater, mine.
that one
I'm gonna put us both on punishment. Chill.
that one nightcap segment with Shannon and
I'm
Ojo.
already in punishment anyway, Chip. I mean, look, Nessa and JoJo got me in trouble the other day. So what do you want me to say?
You still ain't gonna do the D'Angelo?
Hell no.
We're gonna
if he do the D'Angelo, we gonna change his name from the New Jersey Genius to the Gorgeous Gangster.
Hey, you remember that? You remember that one segment a few months ago when we were talking about D'Angelo and I busted out with that retitle? Oh, we going down that road again? We going down that road again?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
If he
Not
ever do
doing it.
D'Angelo for Nelson and JoJo, we gonna change the name from the New Jersey Genius to the Gorgeous Gangster.
I ain't doing that shit. Unless if I get paid for it. I get paid for it.
Oh
which
boy,
that ain't gonna happen.
That one nightcap segment though with Shannon and Ocho, and Shannon was talking about some. If you got that ooh wee, I'm Mr. TNB. Touch and press.
Sipping and tipping.